Hello, Rotary Club of St. Louis. My name is Mike Masella. We are at the world-famous Olivet Lanes. Let's go see if Matt and Jack are inside. Gentlemen, welcome to your My Rotary story. Let's get started here. How and when did you guys become friends?
You want me to take that one, Matthew?
Go ahead, Jack.
Well, back in 1963, we moved into a new house in Spanish Lake. And back then, all that was farmland out there. They were building a new subdivision. So naturally, we had to have a guy come out and put the phone in our kitchen, and happened to be Matt's dad. So he came out, he saw me and said, "How old are you?" And I said, 10. He goes, "What, are you going into 5th grade?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I got a son your age, so you'll probably meet him when you get to school." So 3 days later, I got on the playground and saw Matt, looked just like his dad, and I thought, that must be Matt. Went up to him, I go, "You Matt?" He goes, "What are you, Jack?" Yep, shook hands. That's all it took. So we played a lot of ball together. Matt was a catcher, I was a pitcher on the ball team, so it was a natural. Started from there.
He came over from St. Catharines, and we could never beat St. Catharines because he was the pitcher. And here we got this kid that's got a square head, you know, and a fastball. And I'm catching him. I'm going, now, city champions, it's ours now. And here comes Jack Windish coming over. So it started a long.
Very flattering, coming from a Hall of Famer.
Right. Jack was a great baseball.
I'll get him back in this interview. So
That's outstanding. Why did you guys get involved in Rotary?
Well, I'll start this time, Jack.
he's got a better story anyway.
Well, yeah, my father-in-law was a member of Rotary. And I guess he was a member since around 1976. And I started, when I started working for him, I started coming to Rotary meetings in around 1982. And because he was trying to get me interested in joining a Rotary Club, but I got kids and I was coaching ball. I was gone. I didn't feel like I had the time to dedicate to something like that. But he'd always bring me around when there was a good program, some sports celebrity or some. So I started taking an interest, and finally in 1988, I said, okay, I'm going to do this. And so I went ahead and I joined, and I remember like the first or second meeting, Steve LaFair comes up to me and he says, are you, because I joined in May. And LaFair goes, "Are you a bowler?" I go, no, I don't bowl at all. He goes, "Oh, good, I'm going to pick you on my team." And I go, "I'm not a bowler." He goes, "Yes, you are." So that's with my initiation, having a younger guy come up and say, "I'm going to bowl." So I started bowling, and I don't know, I've been kind of doing it, since then. That was why I didn't like it. I had tried to, offer to Jack coming in, and there was a guy in his company aside from another, and then there's some kind of a rule that says you couldn't have three in the same company, the same company.
Classification.
Classification.
Basically, he's trying to say I got blackballed.
Right.
So that's why
I was trying to be nice without mentioning the name.
initially. So yeah, I can't believe they let me in when they did, but eventually, I guess Bill Purcell called me and got, actually it was Ned Lips, and he took a senior active role, which opened up a spot for me. So when I had an opportunity, it was easy for me because I knew a lot of guys in Rotary already. Mm-hmm. I was playing golf with these guys, and Matt had taken me on a golf trip, and they kept saying, "When are you going to join the club?" And I said, "Well, I guess when I'm eligible," basically. So I did. And I've been in, I guess, about 13 years now. So best thing I ever did.
Okay, so this is the one question I've been wanting to ask for quite a while. I've been involved in several groups, organizations, philanthropic organizations like Rotary. This group, and what I see from my perspective, is something special. How would you describe what you guys and the other fellow Rotarians that you've been a part of and for so long, how would you describe that?
Yeah, Mike, and when you see these guys, especially if you're active in a club, you go to Rotary once a week, you go to bowling when it's during bowling season, or you go to play golf. I mean, Jack and I grew up, we got a big group of friends just from the time that we spent together going to grade school and high school, and then playing amateur ball after that. But these folks we see on a regular basis. These are really my best friends. Okay, when you see somebody as often as we see them, these are my best friends. Even though we have a large, I don't know what you want to say, a consortium of friends, but I see these people more than I see my own family and other friends I grew up with. No doubt about it. No doubt.
And like Matt said, alluded to, when you get involved with the organization and you get on a committee or you get on the board and you start interacting with these people, you see the quality of individual that is in this club and how smart they are, because most of the people in Rotary are very accomplished in their field of endeavor, and they're smart and they want to give something back. And I think the combination of those two things makes them just quality individuals. Those are the kind of people you want to hang with, and you feed off of that, and it's a wonderful feeling. And once you get to be friends, you gravitate to those people. That's great.
Amen. Indeed. So, Matt, how did you get involved in the jewelry business?
Well, there again, it goes back to my father-in-law. He offered me the job when I was graduating from high school. But I graduated from college, and being young, you're only young once. And I got drafted to play professionally with the Dallas Tornado, and I said, okay, I got to do this. And I was married at the time, of course, and my wife, she says, yeah, let's go. She was all about it. It's more adventure. We're just young, and hey, let's go for it. And so we did that, and it finally just came to a point where one of these days you gotta start making money in life. You can't be chasing that ball around and having a good time. Although I really had a good time with it, but
Imagine that.
I did have a good time.
I highly doubt that.
So he offered me the job when I was done playing, and so I started with him in 1976, and just had my 41st year, going into my 42nd year in it. So, and hey, there's a lot of things you could have done in life, but I feel like if you're going to work hard, you might as well just work for yourself. If you want to get after it every day, do it.
Nice. And Jack, how did you get involved in the insurance business?
Actually, by mistake. I had my first big boy job out of college, and I was getting unhappy with that. It wasn't the challenge I wanted, so I was looking to get into outside sales. And so I hooked up with a headhunter, and he wanted to send me out to an insurance company. But I said the one thing I didn't want to do was sell insurance. So anyway, I go out, he goes, just give it a try, see what you think. If you don't like it, we won't pursue it. So I talked to this guy, and the manager was a smart aleck just like me. And one of the first questions he asked me, he says, do you drink? And it just rolled right off my tongue. I said, only to excess. And he goes, good, because you're going to need to drink in this business. He goes, your wife's going to hate this job, and you're going to love it. And from then, it's history. I've been in it for 38 years.
All right, gentlemen, what is your favorite Rotary moment?
You want me to go first?
You go, because you might have my.
Well,
answer.
I kind of have a selfish Rotary moment. I think one of the most gratifying things for me was when I got a Paul Harris ribbon, and I remember John Baker was the president, Ken Steinbrook, and they put that ribbon around my neck, and it was because I think I'd run the charity golf tournament, and it was probably my turn. But anyway, I think that just validated me somehow as a Rotarian. I felt very honored. I remember, I told my family about it, how neat it was to get an honor like that. And then it kind of, along with that, gave me a sense of responsibility. Now that you have this, it's up to you to make a difference and start doing some things in Rotary and help this club, get to where they want to be. And it was pretty exciting for me.
Well, a couple of years ago, I think it was around 2014 maybe. I'm not exactly sure, but I've got the plaque in my storeroom at the shop of the service award. I got a plaque for being for my service to Rotary, and Rick Tanucci called me up to the podium. I had no idea what I was getting, and I was speechless. I just felt like, well, I don't do any more than everybody else does, but I appreciate that, and it's the only plaque that I have of anything that mentions me that's hanging in my showroom store. So pretty cool.
What is your biggest success up until now?
I think we both draw a blank on that. You know, we were talking about that at the table, having lunch and having a beer before the interview, and I said to Matt, you know, the success to us is, you know, being able to survive to get to the point where we are right now, because everybody faces adversity.
Right.
Everybody has a challenge in life every day, and when you're in business and you're trying to make a buck, and both of us really get paid based on the results, you know, and I think that goes hand in hand with your athletic background too, is that you got to fight that dragon every day and you got to win the game to get the money. And so I think just the survival, and you know, as they say, success is really a journey, it's not a destination, and I really believe that. So hey, we're both still alive, and the things we've done to ourselves, it's a miracle.
It is. It is a success story. But you know, other than business, going back to on a personal note, and it's not really a personal because it was a team event, is that back in 1971, Jack and I we played on the state championship, high school championship team that we won state championship that year at Rotary High School. And then I go to college in the fall, and then our college team wins a national championship in soccer that year. So I don't know if it's ever been done before, but it's a team thing. It isn't really a success that I had, but it's a team success. But it was pretty cool. Lost when I was a sophomore.
Mike, that's pretty amazing that you got Matt Weiss to talk about himself. He's
I don't.
He's one of the
like
most
talking about
humble people
myself.
I've ever met. Of all the awards that he's won, you know, he's in 2 Hall of Fames. He's won 3 collegiate national championships. He's played professional ball. He played against arguably the best guy to ever play soccer. And I was watching it on TV on Wide World of Sports on a Saturday afternoon. I thought, wow, there's my buddy, my lifetime buddy, is on TV right now playing against the best players in the world. It's pretty amazing, but you'll never hear Matt Weiss talk about that. He has a lot of humility, and he's a lot of fun too.
What makes you proud to be a Rotarian?
You know, Mike, what organization can you join that you can be this beneficial to all the people we touch? That I couldn't do this on a personal level. It takes the club, and then that's what's most gratifying is, you know, like especially when we give out these grants to these folks. And that's a great day in Rotary. I mean, it's a great day in Rotary. In our golf tournament, when you know the Ride on St. Louis people come there, and you know what, without us, they would struggle without us. So those, you know, when you make a difference to somebody else, okay, that's probably the most gratifying.
Yeah, I'll springboard on that too. Those are excellent points, and part of it too is when I look at the quality of the people that are in Rotary, and as an example, Matt and I are on the board this year, and I look around that room and I see how accomplished these people are, how smart they are, and the ideas that they have, and our leadership right now with Beth Russell, she's one of the best, and of course she has a PhD. She can sing like a bird. You know, that rendition of Santa Baby at Rotary the other day, I thought she was lip syncing that. She did such a great job on that. So we have a fun time with it, but sometimes I look around and I say, just being a part of this makes me feel very good about myself.
Yeah.
Giving back, changing lives, providing service above self. That's what happens when 2 old friends join a time-honored service organization. It's all about connection. As leaders, businessmen, philanthropists, and longtime friends, for Jack and Matt, being a Rotarian isn't just something you do. It's something you are. Leaders who work together to connect, inspire, and transform our community. Jack and Matt are people of action. And that makes us all #Rotary Proud.
So this will be edited out.